Yeah.
So she said I definitely recommend doing that because my years of experience that's okay.
Okay.
But then she said that the hiring manager wants to talk to me
Okay.
tomorrow at 8:30.
Okay.
And so the only thing that sucks is that tomorrow at 8 o'clock at Nellis is a finance brief that I kind of need to go to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they have them. I'm not able to go to the Wednesday one here at Breach, but I should be okay.
Okay, so then, cool. Well, I'm really glad you got a call back from them.
Also sounds kind of nice to me
Right.
because I haven't been turned down by somebody from that company yet.
Well, I mean, that's not anybody's
No, I
fault.
know.
We can, get something hopefully figured out, because this would be amazing. If we had some kind of next step or an idea of like what we were doing, this would be fabulous,
Oh, absolutely.
This is exciting. I'm so glad you got a call. This makes everything like so much less stressful.
So the lady said, okay, well, the hiring manager wants to talk to you and get a specific time tomorrow, and he wants to talk to you. Is 8:30 okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So, are you on your way home?
Yeah, I am right now.
I'm just cleaning up the house a little bit, and I'll talk to you when you get home.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah! Okay. Yesterday, Blake got a phone call from one of the companies that he is really interested in working for. They told him that the hiring manager wanted to talk to him tomorrow at 8:30, which is actually right this second. I'm kind of anxiously waiting for this phone call from Blake to see how his talk went with the company that he really wants to work for, and hopefully we'll have some job news like today. So while we wait for that phone call to come in with some news, I thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about what is going on with the whole job situation. A few months back, when Blake was on his deployment, he applied for a few jobs at this one company that he really wanted to work for. The position would seriously be perfect for us as like a family. It aligned perfectly with essentially how we picture our lives for the next like few years. And pretty much immediately when he applied for those jobs, he got a call from the hiring manager for that one company, basically his in to the company. And he said essentially, are you available to talk like right now? Can you come to my office like right now? Because I really wanted to chat with you and talk about this opportunity. And Blake was like, unfortunately, I'm deployed right now. I can't come physically see you in person. And the guy said, oh, okay, well, when are you supposed to come back? And Blake said, in August, and I can come see you then. And he said, okay, when you get home, I want you to immediately come see me and we can talk about this. And we thought that that was fantastic news. We were super optimistic because those opportunities don't seem to like occur very frequently and very often. So we were really excited about it. A couple weeks from coming home from his deployment, he tries giving the guy a phone call and he doesn't answer, but this guy actually is in the Vegas area, and a ton of Blake's coworkers who ended up moving into this company after they got out of their enlistment said to literally just go to his office and talk to him, because that's what a lot of them did, and it worked out really great for them. So Blake gets home from his deployment, and before even beginning his R&R, he goes and talks to this guy. He goes to their office, he walks in the door, resume in hand, ready to like talk about this opportunity, and the guy says, oh, we're not hiring until next year. So this company is a contractor for the military, and some things happen semi-frequently with contractors where they go on like hiring freezes and then hiring a ton and then hiring freezes, and it's a pretty common thing from what we've heard. So Blake was like, okay, you told me to come see you when I came back from his deployment. He kind of reminded this guy who he was, and like he sounded really interested in talking about this opportunity, and he basically said like, unfortunately, we're not hiring right now, and essentially to try again in 2019, which, while that is an option, doesn't really align with our timeline as well. Blake will be done with the military in November, but he'll begin terminal leave in September. And so we were kind of hoping for something to like begin at the end of this year. And we really, it's not a good idea to put all of our eggs in one basket. We don't want to bank on this one job opportunity if nothing's gonna come to fruition anyway. So Blake started looking into other opportunities. He applied for a ton of different jobs and honestly hadn't heard back from a lot of them. And I told Blake essentially that I wouldn't be worried about it until October, because how terminal leave works is he'd essentially be getting his, 2 paychecks a month through November, and then we'd really need to find, another income stream. So I wasn't terribly worried about this yet, but it was in the back of my head, like, is this really gonna work? The other crappy thing about the timing of this deployment was that, he was applying for a good amount of jobs even during his deployment. This one company was telling him that they really wanted to talk to him when he got home from his deployment, but just the timing of everything was pretty terrible, because it didn't really make sense to start applying for companies until like maybe 6 months out, and even 6 months out is pretty far in advance for a lot of companies. So he really wasn't able to physically do anything until he got back to the United States. That being said, he did apply for a couple other positions, and there's still different companies that are options basically, even at this point in time. And yesterday he got a call from that one company that we were really hoping for, saying that the hiring manager wanted to talk to him tomorrow. And Blake was like, okay, this is a good opportunity because at least I'm stateside. If I need to physically go see somebody, I can do that. We're on good time zones and everything like that. So that's that phone call today. And yeah, right now we're really just waiting for him to call me back with maybe some updates. I just got a text. The guy said he likes my experience and resume, but says I would be better suited for the aircraft side. He's going to talk to the hiring manager directly and pass my stuff to them. Okay. Well, Blake is applying for a couple different positions. I guess we're hoping for maybe some kind of update in like the next couple weeks. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Are you essentially looking for the same job at multiple different companies? Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, for the most part. Avionics, electronics related. Like most of the companies, like the job that I'm looking for, they're all kind of the same thing, either electronics technician or like avionics technician or something like that.
Cool. Yeah, and I think a couple of you guys have asked before like what he wants to do on the outside. And right now it literally sounds like you're looking for the exact same job in the military, but outside. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all we have to update you guys on right now. We'll see what happens.
For now, yeah.
For now.
So a couple more things before we end today's vlog. Above all, I think we just want to make sure that everybody knows that we're not banking on any one particular job or any one particular option when it comes to getting out of the military. There's a lot of options and there's a lot of choices when it comes to that transition. And we've been talking about it a lot for kind of a while now, just, in an ideal world, what we want our future to look like together, the job that would make the most sense for Blake, that I know that he would really, really like, as well as, where that job may or may put us when it comes to like where we're gonna live, how it affects our family future. And basically there's just a lot of choices. A few of you guys were asking in a more recent vlog if he was looking into also doing the National Guard or reserves, and that's definitely something that's on the table. We're not gonna dive into that too much more in this vlog just because we're just not sure if that's gonna happen yet. I think the more that we have a definitive plan, the more we're gonna talk about it. But where everything stands right now is really difficult because everything is just so up in the air. Like I thought maybe at this point we'd have a little bit more of an idea of what's gonna happen, but we just don't have that yet, which is kind of frustrating. I feel like that's a pretty common thing when it comes to anything to do with the military though. It's really difficult to plan anything, and apparently that is the case also when it comes to getting out of the military. So we're just taking it day by day, and if you guys aren't already following us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, everything is linked in the description bar below, where we kind of keep you guys up to date if there are more exciting things happening in real time. So definitely follow us there if you haven't already. And especially when it comes to YouTube, make sure you hit the bell notifications and turn on all notifications, so that way you know when there's exciting things that are being announced. But where it stands right now, we're open to a lot of different options. Like I said earlier in this vlog, we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. The plan is still for Blake to get out of the military, but anything can change, anything can happen, and we're open to anything that might occur. So yeah, join us for this crazy journey because I don't know what's happening. Nobody knows yet. But hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll definitely have some answers for you guys too, and we will have answers ourselves, and then we can start planning for the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Bye.